Thanks for having us.
Well, see, and here I found, I have this.
Oh,
in my
you
office,
the
my
friends.
September 1st, 1993, 20 years ago.
That's one of the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having us. And congratulations
Thank
on
you.
20 years on the bench. Does it feel like the past 20 years just kind of flew by?
It has. I tell you the truth, it has absolutely flown by.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that it's been that long. I really can't.
Yeah. When did you become interested in law?
I went to college at FSU and I majored in education, and I went and I student taught in Miami, and that was not the world's greatest experience. And I thought, I got back to school and I'm like looking around, what can I do that'll keep me in the educational process? And law was 3 years long, and so I applied, and my parents told me, they said, if you get in, we'll support you and help you. And to their surprise, that was a period of time when they were really looking to increase the number of women in law school, and I got accepted. And so that's kind of how it came about, by fluke, I guess.
Who was your role model in the field of law? As female role model.
Female. You did let me preview the questions and see what was on your sheet, and I was thinking of who it was. It wasn't a female.
Go with whoever.
My first job out of law school, I worked for Judge Stephen Grimes on the 2nd District Court of Appeal in Lakeland, and he later went on to become a member of the Supreme Court in Florida. And he was one of the most honorable people that I've ever known, and I really admire him and respect him. So I guess he would be kind of my role model.
Okay. How do you become a judge in Florida?
There's two ways. And I actually have done it both ways. Number one is you can be appointed, and number two, to be elected. When they set up new judge positions, a lot of times the legislature decides, is this going to be an elected position or an appointed position, and appointed by the governor. I became a judge. I was appointed initially to fill an unexpired term of the previous judge, and then there was a fellow that decided that he wanted to be judge in my slot, and he ran against me. So I got to run for election too.
What did you do before becoming a judge?
For 15 years, I practiced law, and my law office was right down over there.
Okay.
And I did a lot of family law and an office practice, which was kind of wills and trusts, things like that, real estate.
When did you become judge?
September the 1st, 1993.
And are you the first female judge in Sumter County?
Yes, I was the first woman judge, and I was the first woman circuit judge in our whole circuit. And our circuit is Citrus, Sumter, Hernando, Lake, and Marion counties. But there was a woman county judge up in Marion County who then went on to become a circuit judge, Sandra Stevens. And so she was the first county judge in our area, and then I was the first circuit judge, female.
What kind of cases do you handle as a judge?
For the last couple of years, I've been assigned to the civil bench, and also I handle probate and guardianship cases.
How would you describe your courtroom style?
I think that a lot of people describe me as fairly firm. I like to be on time. I like people to behave professionally and to maintain decorum. And I think that's kind of the way I would describe it.
What has been the most memorable case you've had in the past 20 years?
Well, the most memorable, but luckily I didn't have to do too much because it was potentially a very controversial case, was the Ted Williams case. When he died, yes, his son sent him to, gosh, I don't know what the official name of it is, but where he would, cryogenics, that's right, to have his head frozen. And that was a son, and then there was a will that an opposing daughter thought that he had indicated that he wanted to be cremated and his ashes sprinkled in Key West. And I can remember in the mornings I'd get ready to come to work, and I talked to a friend on the phone, and I've got the TV on in the background, and they keep talking about Ted Williams dying, and then there's this big controversy, and I'm like, did you hear Ted Williams died? And all of a sudden it hit me, oh, this is my case. And the lawyers that were on each side were extremely professional. Local attorney Spike Fitzpatrick was on one side, and then a fellow from out of town. And we only ended up having one hearing in that case, which was really good for me, and they managed to resolve things. But there was a lot of media, national media, that parked their big satellite trucks out here, and people that would sit on the sidewalks, reporters that were sitting on the sidewalk waiting to see what was going to happen. So it's kind of an exciting time.
I know you've been like really active in the community. What kind of sparked that for you?
Well, I've been active like in the Chamber of Commerce when I was a lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
and been real involved. I think I've been very blessed in my life,
Okay.
and I think that the Bible kind of says, to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Okay.
And I want to think that I'm giving back for all the blessings that I have, is kind of the way I look at it.
So what does the future hold? Like another 20 years, you think?
Well, I just ran for my last term, so I've got 5 more years.
Oh.
And during the time that I've been a judge, before I was a judge, I was a lawyer and a certified mediator, and I've kept my mediator certifications up. So after I leave here, probably maybe do some mediation, maybe do some senior judging, maybe go and travel, find where my son and his family are and spend time with them. I hadn't quite nailed it down yet. There's a lot of things out there.
What kind of perception do you think is out there that people may have about you that may not be you? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Well, everybody that comes in here, if you win, you're going to think I'm great. If you lose, maybe you don't think I'm great. I'm probably every one of those things. I'm probably good, bad, neutral, care about you, don't care about you, mean, good. I mean, I'm probably all of those things. So of course, as we human beings are, you want to
Right.
concentrate on all the wonderful things that people say about you. But I think I'm probably a little of everything that they think or say.
so, well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming here and asking the questions. I do appreciate it.